Hey, we're Mads and Dan, and we're travelling around Australia in our self-converted van, Rio.
In this video, we finish off our Tropical North Queensland travels by returning to the Cassowary Coast and Townsville. We visit some familiar places like Mission Beach and explore some new places like Cardwell Spa Pools. At the end of this video, we will share with you some of our tips for free camping in Tropical North Queensland. Back in the amazing Mission Beach. We love this place so much. We've come back for a few days. We came here yesterday, just chilled in the afternoon, and we spent the morning here. Whenever we've been here, we kind of base ourselves in South Mission Beach. It's a lot more chilled. The parking's right on the beach, great views, and yeah, it's way quieter than Mission Beach. But after this walk, we'll probably go up to Mission Beach and Bingle Bay. It is July now, so we're halfway through the dry season. I think as the dry season goes on, it begins to go a bit, the water kind of disappears and it goes a bit more brown. So the best time to come would be either at the very beginning of the dry season or during the wet season, as long as it hasn't been too much rain. Just arrived at our camp for the day and night at Saunders Beach Park rest area. It is a free camp, which you now have to book because of COVID through Townsville Council, but it's free, which is amazing. There's very limited spots. But it's so nice to, like, because we never really stay in caravan parks or anything, and we normally like drive around a bit in the day. We never set up our camp, like especially around here, like we did it in South Australia heaps. So thanks Townsville for the epic free camp. We're back in Townsville again. We just checked out the Potter's markets, which are on every Sunday. Got some fresh fruit and veg, lots of fresh fruit and veg at the market, which was good. And yeah, we're going to be here for a couple of days. We're waiting for some things to come in the mail. We really like Townsville, so we're happy to be here. It is very warm today. Cheers. Now headed south towards Bowen and the Whitsundays area. We've had such a good time in and around Townsville and further north up in Cairns and Tropical North Queensland. But tonight we're staying at Gumloo Tavern.
So we've just gotten to the Gumloo Tavern, so we're just having a beer before going in for dinner. We got recommended this by some friends, and it's apparently really cheap dinners and cold beer, so pretty keen to be here. And
excuse for laundry.
We did laundry today, and I found these Tonya's Nicaraguan beers that I had to buy.
Reliving the travelling days, not quite the same scenes.
Not the same scene as I was in.
Thank you so much for watching our final Tropical North Queensland vid. We have 3 others if you haven't seen them already, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. We're going to share some of the free camp spots which we found in Tropical North Queensland. We managed to free camp most of the time except for 4 nights. There are also opportunities where you can stealth camp, but we're not going to share the names of those places. But if you do, just make sure you leave no trace and you don't disturb anyone.
Typically we don't stay in caravan parks very often. We prefer to save that money and rather spend it like in town, you know, at a cafe or a shop of some kind. We do like staying in national parks when they're around, but yeah, we tend to free camp as much as possible, and as opposed to the caravan parks that, you know, are pretty expensive and cramped as.
And when it's like $30 a night plus to stay in a caravan park, it really adds up. We were a bit nervous coming from the Northern Territory and South Australia, where it is so easy to find either super cheap camp spots or free camps. South Australia is just a gold mine for free camping, beachside and everything. So yeah, we were a bit nervous coming back to Queensland, where we've been before in the van. We went to like Noosa, Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast, which are notoriously hard to free camp, very like strict rules and no rest stops at all. So we were a bit nervous that it would be really hard, but actually we were so surprised. It is so easy. There are so many rest stops and free camp areas. Yeah, we were really happy actually in the end with Tropical North Queensland. We stayed at a total of 3 campsites which we paid for. We paid for a national park at Henrietta Creek in the Atherton Tablelands, which was really nice, which is $6 each, which is so cheap in comparison to New South Wales where it's $12 each, so it's double the price. And we stayed at the Billabong in Kuranda, which is also in Atherton Tablelands. It's a beautifully maintained campground with hot showers and good facilities and well worth staying in. That was $20 a night. And then finally we stayed at Ocean Safari in Cape Tribulation. As it's in the middle of the rainforest and kind of in the middle of nowhere, it has awesome facilities. I think that was $16 each night, which is a bit steep, $32 a night, but
there's no other choice.
Yeah, there's no other choice. It's in a national park and you are in the middle of nowhere and you've got hot water, Wi-Fi, everything.
Yeah, it's impossible to free camp in at Cape Tribulation. There's only a few roads, not many roads, and the ranger is present very frequently. So, but staying at places like Ocean Safari or the Billabong and Crandall, like they're independently owned, you know. So it's not like staying at one of the big four, you know, typical caravan parks that are just heaving. So
yeah, you pay
nice.
$30 for a patch of grass.
Yeah, Ocean Safari actually had great facilities. The site we stayed on was a little small, but we chose a small site, and then the facilities were great, showers were awesome, and had a kitchen, a pool, a little cafe, so we're happy to support those.
So most of the time when we were in Tropical North Queensland, we stayed at rest stops. We are happy to drive a bit out of our way if there is a rest stop. We would rather stay somewhere where we're like allowed to stay overnight and it just feels more safe, and there's normally basic facilities like toilets and stuff. So in this video which you just watched, we stayed at rest stops or free camps the whole time. So first of all, we stayed at the Biliana rest stop, which is about 30 minutes from Mission Beach. It's the one with cockerels. So, oh no, rooster. Rooster?
Oh yeah, the angry rooster in the mornings.
Yeah, he's very loud. The previous time we were in Mission Beach, we also stayed at one 30 minutes north and more inland, called Japoon Vale Rest Area, which had basic amenities as well and was fine. Second in this video, we stayed at Saunders Beach Camp, which is a free camp provided by Townsville Council, which is just awesome. So unheard of on the East Coast. It's really small, there's probably only space for 5 vans. Make sure you book ahead. You didn't used to have to book until COVID, and it caused a bit of confusion for a few people who got a bit angry.
Because one half of it is just a day use car park, which then has a no parking sign from I think 11 PM to 6 AM or 5 AM, so you can sleep on one side where the designated spots are but not the other side, so and it does fill up fast because it's limited space.
And then after Saunders Beach we went to BP Servo in Townsville, which is just all time. I think we stayed there like 5 nights in total for the whole trip. Like we stayed there before, Magnetic Island afterwards.
Not in a row though.
And no, not in a row. You're not allowed to do that.
It sounds like it would be average, but it's just the location is prime, and when you come in and go in
near
from Townsville, you know, up or like north or south, or going to Magnetic Island, like, you know, it's just a great little hub. The servo's got great amenities, and when you first drive in, there's like a row of spots that you can reverse park into, which definitely the better ones because they're sheltered from the truck noise. Because first night we stayed there, we just parked in the generic area, and then a refrigerated truck parked up and slept there the whole night.
It's obviously not like a campsite that you wouldn't get your camp chairs out. It's like like a car park. All of these are rest stops which we've recommended, so they're not the most peaceful natural beauty sites ever. Definitely go to national park campsites if you want that. There will be highway noise. The trains come through, the sugarcane trains, they like to beat their horns, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. And then obviously trucks can pull in and they'll leave their refrigerator there.
Some trucks have generators to either power what they've got in the back, or you have refrigerated trucks too, which are quite loud. So, you know, if you find one of those, they can be loud, but it's not that bad.
It's their job, they legally have to pull over and stuff, so if you don't want that, just go to a caravan park, I suppose. But we kind of got used to it, and it also really helps to have a fan. We always like just blast our fan and then we can't hear anything outside. It's kind of ideal. It's not the most tranquila. Then about 1.5 hours south of Townsville, we stayed at the Gumlu Tavern, the GT pub. You don't even have to, but they ask that you buy a cheap meal and a drink there. I think we got the glass of wine and beer and 2 fish and chips for
under $20, yeah. Very, very cheap.
And it was delicious. You can pay for a powered site if you want that, which I think is like $10. So essentially it's way easier to free camp in Tropical North Queensland than it is in South East Queensland. They provide way more free camps, it's way more relaxed.
It's less populated. Save
your money and do a crocodile tour.
Yeah.
Not that wasn't even expensive, so it costs less than staying at some caravan park.
Yeah. No. Some of the guests have some similarities with the crocs and the caravan parks in terms of skin texture, age, and even aggression. So yeah, do the croc tour instead, it's more fun.
Thanks so much for watching. After this video we're going south in Queensland for Whitsundays, which was just awesome. We would like to acknowledge and pay our respects to the traditional owners of the lands on which this video was filmed, the Djiru, Girramay and Wulgurukaba people, and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures.